What's going on, guys? Happy quarantine, I guess. We've been stuck in here for a while. I'm gonna be trying out the Franz, I'm gonna say Franz, Keto White Bread. I found this at Costco just today when I passed by it. I thought, hey, why not? Let's give it a try. So I've been doing keto for a while now, kind of on and off. So if you look at my videos from like last year, I'm definitely pretty fat. And then if you look a little bit earlier on, then I'm like much thinner. And right now, I guess I'm a little bit more on the heavier side. But trying to really get back into keto. One thing I have been doing is trying to make keto bread. So I've kind of followed the recipes, and they all involve a lot of eggs, and they're very kind of eggy tasting, and they don't rise the same way. I've tried making it a couple of times, and then I've ended up just not really liking them, kind of choking them down. Also, they're not really that fluffy. They're a little bit more dense. You're basically eating like a bunch of eggs, right? And then if you put more meat in the middle, it like hits you like a brick. It's really, really heavy. While, typically from bread, you'd want something a little bit lighter and airier. Apparently, from what I've read online, because I quickly whipped out my phone when I was at Costco to make sure these weren't, like, this bread wasn't total garbage. Apparently, this stuff is supposed to be pretty good. So we're gonna take a look, and we're gonna see. Wow, one of the slices here is really, it's like a lot smaller. Like this one right here, it's like cut smaller than the other ones. You get 17 slices. I believe this was it's about $8.50 for 2 loaves, so definitely more expensive than regular bread, but of course it's keto bread, so they gotta charge a premium on that. If we look at the back, here's the nutrition info. Let's quickly read off the ingredients. So it's there's a bread base, which is modified wheat starch, wheat gluten, inulin or chicory vegetable fiber, oat fiber, wheat protein isolate, and then there's water, soybean oil, and then contains 2% or less of each of the following: yeast, salt, sorbic acid, fully hydrogenated soybean oil, distilled vinegar, ascorbic acid, calcium propionate, don't know how to pronounce that, which is a mold inhibitor, and enzymes. And it contains wheat, so this is not gluten-free. Also, there's a California Prop 65 warning on the back, which is basically like anything that can cause cancer in the state of California, they're supposed to disclose it. I've seen this warning before. I think it has something to do with like chemicals that are created during the baking process. But then again, it doesn't say it on all breads, so I don't know. Probably allowed to do more research on it, but I'll at least eat the 2 loaves I bought. I'll take the risk for you guys. Now let's look at the macros. Here you can see that each slice is 40 calories, so that's not too bad. I don't actually remember how much calories are in regular white bread. I feel like it's actually more. Fat, cholesterol, sodium. So total carbohydrates 12, and then it's 12 dietary fiber, which is 2 grams of soluble fiber and 10 grams of insoluble fiber. Net carbs 0. Net 0 carbs. So that's good to hear. Of course, we'll have to see how it tastes first of all to really be the judge of whether this is a worthy keto bread substitute. So let's start here. We got this slice, the end slice that no one ever wants, so I'm gonna not start with that. I think they just keep these on to like keep the bread fresh. So it really looks like white bread. I mean, wow, this really does look like a slice of white bread. It's soft, just like white bread, nice and pliable. Fold it, comes back, so that's really nice. So texture seems to be all there. Smell wise, doesn't really smell like white bread. It kind of smells a little bit more like wheat bread, which makes sense because it's made of wheat. And that's just like a slight kind of fermented smell to it. Okay, let's give it a taste. So it has the right bread texture, actually. I'm really impressed by that. The taste, though, it doesn't taste like white bread. It actually tastes like wheat bread. You know how wheat bread has that like kind of really, like kind of a little bit nuttier, a little bit kind of, I guess you could say like a darker taste, not like a light taste. It definitely has like a lot more like flavor to it. Like if you compare like white rice and brown rice, right? Like brown rice has a lot more flavor to it, although in brown rice's case, it's a terrible flavor in my opinion. White rice is so much tastier. Overall, I would say this is actually a pretty good substitute. If you're missing bread, you're on keto. Like I'm actually really impressed that this is like net 0 carbs. Like I'm actually quite shocked. I think this product is pretty new. I think they just released this in January, so hopefully it won't come out in like a couple months that they were just lying and this is actually this actually has a ton of carbs in it, because while it doesn't taste as good as real bread, it's pretty close, and like could have fooled me, honestly. If you gave me this to me and you told me it was just regular bread, I'd be like, oh, this not the best, but it's bread. Yeah. So pretty good job, yeah, and it just tears like bread too. Yeah, this is a really, really close substitute. It's also missing the slight sweetness you would get out of white bread. I mean, looking at the back, I don't think there's any artificial sweeteners. No, it's not bad. I'm going to try to cook a couple things with this. I'm not really exactly prepared for sandwich making, so it's not going to be anything impressive, but I'm going to try to do a grilled cheese, and then I'm going to take some pastrami and put it between the bread and see how that tastes. I don't think that's really going to do much, but let's give that a shot. Okay, let's start with the grilled cheese. Some butter on there. Nice, healthy layer of butter. And since it's keto, we don't have to worry about fat. In fact, fat is a key part of keto. Keeps you full, tastes amazing, makes it, in my opinion, a much more sustainable diet than anything else. Also, one interesting thing I learned is that a lot of people don't refrigerate their butter. They keep it out, like in like a butter dish or something like that, and that way their butter's always soft. Because if you keep it in the fridge, then it gets hard. And apparently, like, butter can actually keep for quite a while, not refrigerated. Okay, we got the pan heated up, and let's put our bread down. Add our 2 slices of cheese. By the way, guys, if I'm doing this wrong, I'm really sorry. I have not really actually made grilled cheese that many times, seeing as how I'm trying to cut carbs. So if I'm doing something wrong, I'm really, really sorry. There you go. Let's put this on top. Okay, it looks like it actually browns pretty nicely, just like the regular bread. I'll actually give it a flip right here. Yeah, wow. That is a nice brown. It looks just like grilled cheese. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Let's pull it and give it a try. Okay, so we got our keto bread grilled cheese right here. Looks really nice. Cheese is really melty. Use this paring knife. Just cut it. Let's see if I can get that cheese pull. I got much to learn about making grilled cheese. Okay, let's give this a try. That's actually pretty good. It's got that nice crunch and then the soft cheese on the inside. Like, once you put stuff inside, you kind of don't really taste the wheat as much. This is actually a pretty good substitute. Wow. I'm impressed. This is good. This bread seems to toast very well on the stovetop. I'm gonna keep eating. The next thing I'm gonna try now is I'm gonna see how it actually toasts. So that was toast, in a frying pan with butter. But let's just see how it works in like a toaster. Or in this case, I'm gonna use my air fryer because I don't have a toaster oven and I don't want to turn on my entire oven. So I'm going to just basically toast 2 slices in my air fryer back there and let you guys know what the results are. Okay, so here we have the bread. It's toasted in the air fryer for about 4 minutes at 400 degrees. You can see you can hear it's nice and crispy, so crispy just like regular toast. Texture is just like regular toast, yeah. Okay, now you're gonna watch me make a sandwich. I have no idea how to make a good sandwich, so this is probably gonna look disastrous to all of you. I'm gonna spread on a layer of horseradish here. Got some stone ground mustard. Add a little bit of this, and then we're gonna take some of this pastrami that I got from Costco. Meal Mart, established 1946. I'm not doing a review on this, but this pastrami actually is pretty terrible. I don't really like it. It's if you look at just like the texture, it just it pulls apart like kind of too crumbly, and the flavor is not that great. I kind of regret buying it. Never again. And the final item is some of these cornichons. Cornichons. Is that how you pronounce it? I know this looks awful. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. But you're here for the bread review, not for lessons in sandwich making, of which I'm not qualified. Put this on. Oh wow! It just broke just like that. So I got it really nice and crunchy. In that case, I'm not gonna cut it up. Let's just try and see how it tastes. Overall the taste of the bread is fine. It's good. Kind of reminds me of toasted bread, except for the crumbly texture. As for the ingredients itself, it's terrible. I should never make sandwiches ever again. Okay, so that's it for the Franz Keto White Bread. Definitely very close to regular white bread, or I guess I should say regular wheat bread. Definitely a really great substitute, and especially if you don't want to spend the time trying to make your own substitutes at home that end up not really tasting that great anyways. This is a pretty good option. I'm not sure which stores carry it. Definitely Costco in the Bay Area has started carrying it. But I know this has been available in like other parts of the US since like January. Very impressed by how this tastes, by the fact that this is net zero carbs somehow. I have no idea. Like, I'm actually still a little bit skeptical because it actually is that good. So it's a little bit surprising. We'll see. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So if you can figure out where to get it, I would definitely recommend getting some and trying it out. That is it for this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.